Welcome to a mapping tutorial for the Novation Launch Control XL for TraktorPro 3 and 4. I'm giving you an updated version of my two previous videos, trying to be more precise in answering follow-up questions. Although it's been quite a lot of years since the Launch Control XL came out, I loved it from the very first second. It's an affordable way to build decent mixes, and since I'm mainly mixing on standalone players, I still had a lot of fun with it. If you know a device which is more up-to-date, has the same functions or more, please drop a name of it in the comments. I really don't have time to research that much, and although some devices from native instruments caught my eye in the past, I really don't like the infinite turning knobs, so please let me know. Let's dive in, and we begin with the setup if you want to do a mix via headphones. I'll start off by saying that buying a Launch Control XL is not enough to do mixes if you want to pre-listen to tracks, what the majority of DJs like and need to do. Without going into detail and giving technical explanations, you plug your headphones into your computer, which gives you one audio signal, but you need a second audio signal in order to be able to pre-listen to a track without interfering the other main one playing in the background. A very oversimplified explanation would be you need a second external sound card so the audio gets rerouted. I use the Roland Rubix 2.4. I'll put a link to Amazon in the description. It's important that it has 2 in and 4 out channels. It's on the heavier side, so not perfect for traveling if you want to do a mix on the road. If you have another recommendation, please drop it in the comments. So you have the two devices. Leave the Novation unplugged for now and Traktor closed. You plug in the Rubix into your computer via USB. This is the front. Ignore all that. Turn the volume knob to maximum. Here you plug your headphones. The back looks like this. Ignore all that and place the settings like this. If you want to keep the Rubix always as an audio device in your day-to-day, even if you don't do a mix, then this switch needs to be on phone source 1-2. If you want to do a mix and record it, this switch needs to be on 3-4. In system settings of Mac or Windows, you change the audio output same as the input to Rubix. You plug in the Novation, start Traktor 3 or 4, go to Settings, Controller Manager, import and choose the file which you downloaded from the description. Traktor then asks to import the following. Be sure to uncheck everything except controller mapping and hit OK like the like button. The settings are now imported, and be sure to quickly turn every knob and fader a bit so Traktor can adjust. Back to the settings. On audio settings the Rubix is set, and on output routing, the following important settings. Go to mixer. You need to adjust the limiter, otherwise the bass is overpowering if you want to pre-listen. I'm good with those settings, but adjust as you like. Alright, let's look at it. So here we have the 8 channels. On the left side we have the 4 decks, deck A, B, C, D, with the volume, the highs, mids, lows, start, stop, enabling, disabling the loop. On the right side we have the trim for deck A, B, C, D, the FX1, FX2, the Q in and out, and those four are for the loop sizes. Here you enable the sync on deck A, B, C, D, as well as enabling and disabling the Q. Here you browse the playlist, and here within that playlist. And to load a track, you have those 4 to load each track on each deck. So let's look at an example. So the first thing you want to do is browse the playlist. You do this with the upper ones. And within that playlist, you browse up and down. You loaded the track on deck A, B, C, or D. Here, of course, on A, so it's loaded up. Volume, highs, mids, lows adjusted. On deck B, I'm going down on C as well on D. And I'm just gonna adjust it a little bit like this. Okay. I'm gonna start playing it a little bit faster. You do this here for deck A, and you start stop the track here. So now it's playing. What you wanna do is bring up a second track and pre-listen to it. So I'm going to the next one, load it up on B. Now it's there. And on those 4 buttons, you can enable and disable the sync. So you have deck A, B, C, D. I'm enabling the syncing to the master, which is deck A. There we are. and I'm adjusting the loop size. Enabling and disabling the loop is on here. Okay, now I want to pre-listen to it. Here is on deck A, B, C, D the cues, so enabling the cue. Now it's activated. And on here I can pre-listen to the track. I'll show you via my headphones. This is what the crowd hears. This is only in my headphone. Traktor records only what's playing on deck A. You can pre-listen in full volume on deck B, although the fader is down. Please note, if you want to change the tempo, that's only possible on the master, which is deck A. If I touch the tempo on deck B, nothing will happen. Checking the trim, it's okay, so let's look at the transition. First, bring the volume down, load a track on B, enable the sync. Adjusting a loop, enable it. I'm not a DJ, but this is how I try to do it. Enabling the cue, listening to it, if this sounds okay. Adjusting the EQ so I can bring the track in. Yeah, sounds fine in combination. And I'm slowly starting to fade in the track. Could be slightly slower in tempo. Adding some FX in the break. Trying to mask it a bit with FX. I want to time the drop. I missed it by 1 bar. Enabling an outro loop. So yeah, thanks for watching. Again, I'm not a DJ, so don't judge me please, and hope this video helps.